Hi, and thanks for watching How to Subscribe to History Podcast. So in this short tutorial, I will show you how to subscribe to History Podcast. So when you open up iTunes, you're going to want to make sure that you have clicked on Podcasts in the upper left-hand corner. You'll see a listing of your existing podcast. Don't worry if there's nothing in here. All that means is you haven't subscribed to anything yet. So I'm going to go down to Podcast Catalog, click there. Now it's going to open up the catalog for me, and I don't see what I want, so I'm going to go ahead and search for it. I'm going to search for History Podcast up at the top of the screen. Hit enter. That's going to pull up the History Podcast, all of them that exist. And I'm actually only looking for my show that I produced today. It's called History Podcast. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the album art for that. Then I'm at the page. That's really that easy to find it. And then you're going to click on subscribe. And it says, are you sure you want to subscribe? So we're going to hit subscribe again to signify yes, it is a free podcast. I'm not worried about that. And then just to check and make sure everything went okay, I'm going to go ahead and click on podcast again here. And I can see that it's already downloaded the last episode of History Podcast, because I've got this little blue dot here that means there's something that has been unplayed within this category being History Podcast. Open that up, and there's the most recent episode. Now, if I want to make sure that this will sync to my portable device, I have attached a portable device here, an iPod Touch. So I'm going to go over there, and it opens up on a summary page. I don't want the summary page. I actually want to look at podcasts because that's what I'm interested in doing today. So I do want to sync podcasts. I'm going to put a little check mark in there. It says automatically include all unplayed episodes of select podcasts. That sounds good, but nothing's selected yet. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down until I see History Podcast. There it is. I'm going to put a check next to History Podcast. And it said all unplayed episodes. There's currently only one unplayed episode. And that's correct right now. So I'm going to hit apply. But what if I want to have the other older podcast on there, not just the most recent one? If I go back to podcast on the left hand side and I open up History Podcast, it's already open here, I see these little down arrows here. So let's say, for example, I want to download the last status update that I did. That I'm going to click on this little button here, and that's going to download that episode. If I want to download all the episodes, all I have to do is go down and pick and choose which ones I want and click on them. And on History Podcast, I actually make sure that all of the podcasts, no matter how old, are all available for download at any time. You'll see right here we have the very first History Podcast. That is available for download. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say I want to listen to that one again as well. Let's go ahead and download that one. There we go. And go back to my iPod Touch and make sure everything appeared as I want it to. Again, I have to scroll down to select History Podcast. Now you'll see it says 3 new episodes are there. It's still checked, but I want to see what those episodes are. In order to do that, I need to click on here, highlight it in blue here, and you'll see I have the Texas City Disaster Status Update and History Podcast number 1. So that's how you subscribe to History Podcast, how you get the old episodes, and how you get them onto your portable device. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. If you have any questions, please send me an email at historypodcast@gmail.com. I'd be more than happy to help you. Have a great day.